Now, my name is Harvey Bowden, and I am Marcus Bowden, the Banana Man. I'm his little brother. And many of you know me, and it's many, many years since I had a Vincent, 60, but I got back into Vincent's again some years ago. And the reality is that we shouldn't be here tonight. We should be at the BMW club. But something happened 60 years ago that changed history. And you may or may not know, but Marcus couldn't read very well as a kid, very dyslexic. And I used to read the magazines to him. And one day he came home with a magazine that had a story about Vincent's being made by Harper Engineering from all the spare parts from the bankrupt company. And we read it together and we thought, wow, wouldn't it be wonderful to have one of those? We could go around the world on them. Anyway, in November, 60 years ago this year, we bought Marcus his first Vincent. He borrowed the money from Dad, went up to Plymouth and we got it. And that's the series repeat that he's got, and he's been riding it ever since. Apparently well over 250,000 miles on it, I think, boy, isn't it?
530,000.
530,000, there you go. Brilliant. So it's a long time. So anyway, I got my Vincent, and I'd been a member of the club before I bought it, and I got a letter from an old boy called Harry Cox in Exeter. Would I come and ride his Series A twin Vincent to the summer rallies? Anyway, a couple of years later, I left for London and going to work, and Marcus took over riding the A. And when old Harry died, Marcus inherited it. But I always thought that it was my bike. But anyway, the years go by. In '99, I had the privilege of riding old Harry around the Isle of Man TT at the International Rally. Many of you remember that. That was fabulous. And in about 2010, I was semi-retired, got into Vincent's again. I bought a lovely Vincent, and they stole it at Fordingbridge. Many of you remember that. And I've been riding along, and then the telephones went, Harvey, there's a Series A twin up for sale. And it never occurred to me that ever one would come up for sale. They're just so rare. So I cashed in the pension fund and bought the bike without telling Marcus. He didn't know anything about it. And one day my wife went up to Marcus's house at the top of the hill, and I told Marcus, I'll be up on the B in a minute. And so he's out there in the driveway, and in I come on the Series A. And the look on his face is absolutely amazing.
What's this? What's this? What's this then, Vincent? What, another Vincent? What's that then, Marcus?
So my wife carries on with a little film, and then she says to us, well, 2 brothers, 2 Series A Vincents, where are you going to go?
Well, 2 in Australia?
2 in America, boy, Route 66.
Oh, bloody hell.
So we set off, and it took us quite a few years to actually do the trip with all the breakdowns and all the rest of it. And having got all the way across Route 66, Jay Leno invited us in to have a look around his garage because he loved the Series A. And then we got an invite from Peter Bender saying, well, if you got this far around the world, why don't you keep going? So we ended up in Tasmania, New Zealand, Australia, and spent quite a few years dragging these bikes around the world, and we had a whole bunch of fun with it. I've never had a cross word with my brother in 75 years, which is quite a record, I think, and it's been a marvellous experience to be with Marcus and have Vincent's all of these years. It's been part of our lives. And so we hunted around and kept going until we found what we thought must be the original magazine. And so tonight, there's a very special thing. We found one on the internet, and this is the magazine that I read to Marcus 60 years ago.
This is for you, Marcus.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
There it is. Harper Engineering, 350 quid for a brand new Black Shadow.
Marcus, switch Marcus.
There.
Wow.
That's
It's
true.
been a few years together we've been, but Harvey was always much better at making money than me. Being overseas rep and things like that, and all I could talk about was my family. You know, but that it is all one big family, isn't it? You know, some of these here, like Baxter there. I used to visit him when I was a teenager. I went around the Isle of Man with him with Bill Hancock. Oh, God. Yes. Anyway.
There we go, boy. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure.